Hi, this is Voss Graham. I've got a question for you. Are you leading with goals or directions? There's a very big distinction. And the interesting thing is, if you're not getting the results that you want and desire, you're using directions rather than goals. So let's talk about that today. I'm Voss Graham. I'm the organizational architect and CEO of Interactive Consulting. Have been doing this for as an entrepreneur for 35, 36 years now, and been successful. Uh, so I'm very proud of that. But most importantly, I get to work with some of the most progressive leaders in the industries that I work in, and I love to share and develop these leaders so that they can attain all the goals and results that they desire. So I want to start off again with a question. Are you getting the results that you desire and want all the time? Now, if you're not getting those results, or there seems to be some excuse or delay or other factor that's playing into the equation, then what's happening is while you're thinking about direction, you're definitely not using goals. It's not inspiring anybody to jump on board and then have a sense of both commitment and a sense of urgency to complete the goal within a specified period of time. And that's the difference. I saw some definitions one day. It said a goal is a specific and measurable target in the future, allowing for individuals or organizations to focus upon the accomplishment of the goal within a specified period of time and tracking their progress towards that achievement. On the other hand, you have direction, which is more often the name of the game based on my experience as a coach and working with my private clients is direction is a general target without any compelling specific uh, uh, or specifications to the amounts, the time frames, clear measurement, milestones for achievement, and therefore it is hard to measure or gauge and document results. This lacks a definitive commitment and clarity of focus. Now, see, that's what happens in a real goal. There are specific areas that you must achieve or follow in order to be successful and to get the results that you want. One of my mentors now just constantly pounds on me. What results do you want? What are your objectives? And if I give anything other than a specific number and use specificity relative to dates, uh, he's not very pleasant to me when I do that. And you should have a coach or a mentor or an advisor who's also helping you along the ways to make sure that you're achieving the results that you're being paid for, or you're wanting to, if you're an entrepreneur, the rewards that you want to reap in the long term as you build wealth from the success of your organization. And it's critical that we begin to look specifically at the issues of, are we setting true goals, or are we just giving directions? A general fuzziness of the future doesn't really count. It doesn't inspire people. It doesn't give them a target. People need objective targets. And when they have objective targets and they can measure their performance and where are they in the progression, then they are happy, much happier. A long time ago, I read a book called The Game of Work, and in it was an amazing revelation that, in the summer, if it's 100 degrees outside and the air conditioning system breaks in the building and it gets miserably hot inside the building, a lot of times companies would let their people go. Small or big companies, they just let them go because the working conditions were so miserable. And The irony of that is, what do the people do? Do they go home to their air-conditioned homes? No. They go out and they play golf, they play tennis, they take walks, they get out in the heat and actually do things. Why? It's because they can measure the results of what they want to achieve. In golf, there's a scoring system. You automatically know where you are. You can keep score. Goals are the same, have the same benefit. They allow you to keep score. How are you doing? What are the results that you want to achieve? You know, I keep pounding this because it is one of the areas that I find is lacking in a lot of leaders or key people within organizations, and in some cases even the organizations have really fuzzy directions rather than true, we need to obtain these results type of goals. Therefore, I just want to make sure that you understand that the general direction is more of a false goal. It's a happy feeling versus a definitive, let's go get this target, and have a commitment and clarity of what you want to accomplish. Without that, it's hard to activate the inborn creativity and innovation that you possess. See, everybody has that. It's just that we don't ignite it enough to allow us to create solutions to issues that we're dealing with. Therefore, we fall for comfort zones and the status quo, and we miss out on the ability to make a difference. I enjoy making a difference and getting my clients elevated to that next level that in some cases they did not see as possible. It's amazing. I mean, even today I got an email from a client and they were so excited about the progress they've made in a very, very short period of time. Why? It's because they have focus and clarity for the first time. And they were actually challenging themselves relative to what are the choices that I make. And they were understanding the differences between the choices you make and the decisions you make and how important that distinction is. So I don't want to belabor this on a Thursday at lunch here, but I just want to make sure that you understand that goals have a role in life, even if you are, all right, I got to back up for just a second. Some people, and actually this is close to about, well, at least 40% of the population is they're problem solvers versus goal achievers. And therefore goals are not as easy for them to handle. Personally, I am a problem solver primarily, so I have to do a little exercise which is called convert or reframe a goal into a problem to be solved. And surprise, surprise, the goal is accomplished because it's approached as a problem and it is solved immediately or quicker than if I put a goal out there and then I don't trust myself to achieve the goal because I'm a problem solver versus a goal-oriented person. So a couple of points. I mean, you've probably heard these rules in the past, or you've read about them somewhere, but there are 4 areas that you need to have to implement in order for a goal to be measurable and specific. You need to make your goal as specific as possible. Now, specific means you tag a clear number. You don't guess or just say, I just want to grow. That doesn't count. That's a direction. That's a hope. That's really a hope. And hope is not an effective strategy. Time bound. You've got to have a deadline in order to stimulate the creativity and the action orientation that you bring to the table. Measurable. You need to be able to measure, and particularly measure as you move along through a period of time. If unless it's a really short-term goal, that's one thing, but even there you have to measure your leading indicators. Are you going to hit it or not? But that's a material. Let's talk about measurement. Have milestones and be able to target. okay, I'm moving forward, I'm progressing. Progression is more important than perfection. And I want to, that's a topic for another day. And then you have action plans. Actually, this is probably the piece that puts it all together. Once you have the framework built, now you develop action plans for actually achieving. Action plans may include including others, bringing others in, building a team, outsourcing to certain key areas or functions that you're not an expert in order to hit the timeline goal that you have set. So there you go. Now, if this is of interest to you and you ever want to have a dialogue with me, you can go to callvoss.com, schedule a phone call time and date with us. That's specificity, and then we'll have a dialogue all about you, not about me, and it's not a sales pitch. We will talk about what you want to accomplish, and then maybe I can help you figure out how to get there faster than if you do it yourself. Or I just tell you what to do, and you can go do it yourself. I believe that people have the talent within them to do anything they want to do. It's the key to have that personal drive to want to do it. And once they get that, it's a slam dunk. It's a done deal. They just have to identify exactly what they want. So with that, I close out today. Thank you very much. Again, you could go to callvoss.com and schedule an appointment for us to chat. Thank you.